This week, on Days of Our Steelers, middle linebacker Devin Bush is once again ranting on Twitter about everything under the sun, except this time it gets a little bit more serious, and the Steelers organization has something to say about it. Bush tweeted, "I went over my limit today, them boys sent me a fine," which means that the Pittsburgh Steelers fined Devin Bush for tweeting over 2 times that day. And although this may seem stupid because athletes are allowed to use social media, and rightfully so, still, that does not give them the right to disrupt the locker room. And even if Devin Bush has mental problems, I hope he gets help, but that's not stuff that should be going on Twitter. And then he says the belief is that humans swallow an average of 8 spiders in our sleep annually. That's not the belief. The belief is that you're on Twitter too much and need to go talk to someone if you need to. Then he says, and I quote, "Nobody can beat me in UFC." Well, that's awesome. But you know who can beat you? The Cleveland Browns. Just kidding, you didn't play that game. I'm not going to use that joke on you. And then he says, "I paid for homegrown nails and I ain't speak to her since. Feels so betrayed, I think she got a boyfriend." And then it says, "It's aight though, cause I did it out the kindness of my heart and she really needed it, them nails was chipping." Well, Devin, I'm glad you care about someone's nails, but are you okay? I'm sorry that this happened to you, but that's not, I feel bad, but no one really on Twitter goes on there to look at that. Like, there's a difference between telling us about everything in your life and telling us about some things. And then he says, I'm only happy when I'm thugging. Then girl ran down on me the other day spitting too, and honestly it was weird because he got me so weak and I didn't know what to do. And then that's just not something that we care about. Except then he says, once you accept you have issues, you become a better person. And now this is an interesting tweet. Now, he may be talking about himself or someone else. Now, I'm not assuming he's talking about himself because he could be fine. But if he's not fine, I really, really want for him to seek help, go talk to someone. But this is a good tweet, you know? Honestly, I appreciate him tweeting this out just to the general public too. And then he says, and then Vince Williams, our other middle linebacker, says, "I want to win a Super Bowl for the city so bad. The love they give me now is nuts. I can only imagine what it is like after a ring." That's true, Vince, but our days were over. We should have done that with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, and we even could have done it in 2019 maybe, or even last year, but our chances are gone now. And then Devin Bush says, "Why when one female out the group go to the restroom, they who clique followers behind?" And honestly, this is a great question. This is an amazing question. I need an answer to this as well, Devin. I don't blame you for tweeting out this one at all. But yes, Devin Bush is continuing to just disrupt the locker room, and if he needs to get mental help, like I said, please go get it, because that's not his fault if that's the case, if he needs mental help, because anyone is a person. We're all human beings, whether we're athletes or homeless. But he needs to stop tweeting the random things that he's tweeting for absolutely no reason, and he can get on Twitter, he can tweet, but tweet less no matter what he's going through. Tweet less. He's focusing on football still, I'm not downing that. But yeah, Devin Bush, I hope you get better, man, but you gotta stop this, bud. And just like Devin Bush tweeting about everything under the sun and something always full of drama happening in our locker room, so are the days of our Steelers.